Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick Panizza, A.K.A. The Duke, broadcasting you live from the one and only Venerable, whatever Venerable actually means, Rochambo Coffee and Tea House in the great Venerable City, whatever Venerable actually means, I really don't know, it's all semantics anyway, of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in the great United States of America, indeed. And I really have nothing pertinent to broadcast, because my friends are not around at the cafe yet. One and only Venerable Rochambo Coffee and Tea House, cafe, that is. Tea House, cafe, cafe, tea house, tomato, tomato. It's as long as it's venerable. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. But seriously, folks, I've got nothing to broadcast because there's no one to banter with. Perhaps if we ventured inside of the coffee house, not to get that mixed up with a cafe, although it is a cafe as well. Nope, line's too busy. As you can see, there's too many people inside. I was going to talk to the consummate venerable barista, that's venerable barista, Brian Newslock is his name. Yes, broadcasted all over the world. He is the best barista you could find for any service-oriented job, especially a job like this, serving up coffee, lattes, caramel, hot fudge, mocha drinks, liquor mocha drinks. Oh boy, it goes on and on. Irish coffee, complete with whiskey and hand-whipped cream. At any rate, he is the best barista. His name, once again, and he's venerable. That's a big check mark, a big plus. He is indeed absolutely venerable. His name once again is Brian Newslock. And we have a visitor. So my friend is here. I do have some friends here, and here's one of them. The great Mario, A.K.A. Mohammed.
We can talk sport, a little bit.
So we can talk sports, ladies and gentlemen. We can talk sports venerably. Yeah. We can talk sports.
Yeah.
So what's up, Mohammed?
Good afternoon, Ricky Martin, and I would like actually to talk about the three different games that took place over the weekend. And let's start off with the Packers because that was like the most recent one.
All right, the not doing so well Green Bay Packers. Damn.
Actually, the good news, there's a good news and bad news. That's how I take it. The good news that we were able to score, in the first half, which we weren't able to do that for a while.
That's
and
right.
Yesterday, actually, we were at it, till the end of the game. We had a chance, actually, probably even win the game. But we came short. We ended up losing, 23-19 by 4 points. So the margin wasn't that bad. I mean, if we had like a touchdown, it would have sealed up the game. But even I heard the head coach speaking, about the game, and he said that, it's a good sign and things will turn around if they keep doing what they were doing yesterday.
Okay, but it's all right. It's getting towards mid-season. We're not quite there yet. But according to the Great Sir Mohammed, at any rate, the Packers head coach claims that they can turn things around. I claim that I doubt that they can, but cross your fingers, knock on wood, maybe they can do it after all. Let's see, eh?
Yeah, I think I saw the game yesterday, and what I've noticed, it would have been like a game changer that we had a couple of drop passes, which will make the difference for you. Like, when your wide receiver, cannot hold on to the ball in a crunch time, that could, very much it. And it makes it hard even for the quarterback, like to be on the same page with the, wide receiver. I think, we had like a few mistakes on the offensive line, and I think as the season advances and players get more experience, I think they will manage to fix these problems, and hold on to the ball better, you know.
For the Green Bay Packers are indeed an up-and-coming, relatively inexperienced team.
Yeah.
As I've said many times before, our quarterback, Jordan Love, is only 24 years of age. Most of our linebackers are 20, 21 years of age, and they just don't have the experience to compete adequately in the NFL.
Yes, and you know, I mean, I'm happy actually that I've seen him throwing very good passes, like you know, some passes that experienced players you know could do in games, and that's to me a promising, you know, that you know he's like his precision is getting better when it comes to throwing. But as I said, you know, if the wide receiver cannot hold on to the you know pass, it makes you know your life harder, you know, as you know quarterback to throw you know a pass like almost 90% you know like catchable. So I think you know I think he did what he had to do yesterday, you know. They were you know going at it, and the next game it's gonna be a home game against the Chargers, so let's
Oh
see what
boy,
they can do.
we'll see. Excellent insight, excellent commentary, Mohammed. And
Thank you.
what's next in this edition of Now Sports Talk?
Okay, actually, well, yeah.
We'll finish you know for the you know with the football that you know the
Okay.
the Packers are going to play against the Chargers. You know, the Chargers are on the winning column. You know, we're behind. You know, Minnesota, like you know, 3 games behind. You know, when it comes to winning and you know losing, you know, matters. And I think you know the Packers, if they need to turn their season around, they need to step up. And you know, we played 9 games, by the way. I have to mention this.
9 games.
And the Vikings played 10 games, so they played 1 game extra. So I think you know that will make the difference. You know, like if we win next week. So hopefully you know we can turn things around, and hopefully the Vikings will lose. And you know you never know, we might get the wild card. But as far as the Lions, you know, and their you know prospect of this season, I think they're way ahead of you know us, like 7-2.
Oh yeah.
So that's not a good you know thing, and I don't want to see him you know winning more and more. But they look sharp, you know.
They are a sharp team. We're not so sharp this year around, but maybe 3, 4 years down the line. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So now we can move on actually to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, the great Milwaukee Bucks.
Exactly. You know, I thought you know before the season started that you know, and I talked about the trade. You know, if it was gonna benefit the team or not. And so far, you know, I don't see the trade, you know, let's be frank, you know, that benefited the team so much. Just because of the fact that in our defensive end, you know, for the life of me, I don't see, you know, improvement. I see that they're, you know, actually, you know, they're going back, you know, to even worse than the bad era that, you know, when we were defending badly and, you know, we were giving up easy, you know, points. You need to do better, you know, defensively.
So let me interject. Lillard isn't doing very well this season for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Lillard, you have to talk about Lillard. You know, Lillard, he's been out for the past 2 games. Okay, then you get the second man, you know, which would be Middleton, and to me, I don't think he's having a good season yet, and he's like, his minutes are limited still. So I don't know, like you know, that's coach, you know, decision of course. And the team, you know, as I said, when we lost Drew Holiday, you know,
Yeah.
I think that affected our defense, you know, and our prospect of, you know, having, you know, good defense. Actually, last year, defensively, we were better than this year. And to me, that's alarming that, you know, when our defense is, you know, gives up too many points against like teams like the Pacers and Magic. And this is what I want to talk about. We ended up losing the past 2 games because actually our defense was so, you know, terrible, and they couldn't like match up with these 2 teams, which I don't think they even have like very, you know, like you know, good offensive line per se. I think they were okay, but not to beat us. Like we were so good last year that around this time, we probably were undefeated yet. And this year we already lost 4 games. So, I mean, you can do the math.
Yeah, that's 4 games.
Yep, it's not a good start. I don't think it's a good start.
No, not a very good start. Well, it's still early, well, tremendously early in the season for basketball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's hope they pick up and get going defensively, and even offensively to a slight degree. At any rate, you wanted to talk about a third topic in sports talk.
Which would be, Marquette,
Marquette Golden Eagles.
Yeah.
I really don't like the name Golden Eagles, so I'm just going to refer to them as the Marquette Eagles.
Marquette, you could say Marquette Eagles. I think these are like the best of the 3 so far by winning their last 2 games, and like they had very convincing performance in both games. They won it by 20 points or more, so that's how it looked. And they like they scored too many points and they didn't give up points on the other end. So it looks like we're a balanced team defensively and offensively, and we're still ranked number 5 out of the Big Ten teams.
Well, that's great news, actually. Satisfactory news, at any rate, for the Marquette Eagles. And let's wish them well. It's crunch time coming up, but I'm sure they'll play very adequately against their rivals.
Yep, and I think they started off good, and I heard another interview with their head coach, and he said that he feels confident the team is gonna pick up from where he left last year. I mean, towards the end of the season, we were good, of course, but coming to the playoffs, we weren't as everybody expected. I thought that we were gonna go farther, more, and maybe make it to the Final Four, but
Yeah,
that wasn't the case.
they were a little better last year than this year around.
Yeah. So let's see, what they got, and I think, the good thing that most of their players, or most of their squad, they're back again. So it's always good to have same squad. If you had a good year, the year before, maybe, that's what they needed to do, like to get more experience, playing in the playoff for the first time, and then
Right,
they can
right.
be probably more experience, to avoid all the mistakes that they committed last year.
Right. And I suppose many, many of their key players graduated as well and are no longer playing for Marquette.
Yeah, that's the case, But as the head coach said that he trusts what he has, and he thinks that he got good key players, and from what I watched or seen so far, that I think scoring wise they're doing great, and they were able to score, they were able to defend, so it's a good sign that they're starting off good.
Well, that's fantastic to hear, Mohammed. And we wish the best to the Green Bay Packers, even though they're an inexperienced team. And we wish our best to the Milwaukee Bucks. They could go very far and win the championship very easily still this year. And the very best to the Milwaukee Marquette Golden Eagles.
Yeah, I just want to mention that
Seriously, the Marquette Golden Eagles. Best of luck to them.
I want to finish the segment by keeping everybody updated about the Bucks upcoming games. It's
Yes,
gonna
feel free.
actually- Today, first of all, we are happy that the weather is nice in Milwaukee and we're enjoying it. It's about 56 probably, and very comfortable, and for November. And we're gonna have a game actually against our rival, team, which is Chicago Bulls. They're gonna come to Milwaukee. So I'm hoping that everybody in Milwaukee will go to the arena and cheer up for the Bucks. The game will start at 7 o'clock tonight.
That
So
is
go
indeed
Bucks.
this evening. So go Bucks, go! And for all you Chicago Bulls fans, we're gonna beat ya.
Yeah,
Because we are the champions of the world, indeed, the great Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee Bucks is in a better position to win this game. But as I always say, don't underestimate any professional team at any sport.
No, never.
And don't
Absolutely.
take it for granted, because if you come to the arena or to the field very confident, that's when you lose. You have to be humble and play till the last minute of the game, because this is basketball. Somebody can be hot and just ruin it for you.
Exactly. Anything can happen in basketball, like anything can happen in baseball, like anything can actually happen in football, in all sports, pretty much. And the Bulls are still a formidable team, even though the Milwaukee Bucks technically are a better team. You can't think that you're superior and go on court and think that you're sanctified to win.
Yeah.
You've got to win upon your own merits. You have to really work hard for the victory.
Yeah, and hopefully, I want to see mistakes being fixed defensively. That's what I'm worried about. Because I don't think you can expect our superstars to save you all the time by scoring high points. One day, or someday they might have off day and they might not be able to score as many points as we expect, and that's when I think we will lose games.
Exactly. Well, great insight once again, Mario, A.K.A. Mohammed.
Thank you for
The
having
Great
me
Sir
again.
Mohammed.
Thank you for having me again,
And I think you're doing a good job by updating everybody about sports in Wisconsin, because we have Green Bay is in Green Bay, of course, which is not in Milwaukee. So we cover all the teams in different cities that play for Wisconsin. So,
Yeah. Green Bay is considered to be in tandem with Milwaukee, hand in hand with Milwaukee,
Yeah.
because Milwaukeeans love the Green Bay Packers, as all Wisconsinites
And we
do.
wrote for everybody, even the Badgers, which is in Madison,
Even
because
the
that's
Badgers,
what-
absolutely. Go Badgers,
Yeah.
go.
That's what we like. We like sport in Wisconsin, and I think it's a sport state, and actually soccer is gonna even come. We're gonna have a professional team outdoor for the first time.
That would
Outdoor
be
soccer
wonderful.
is gonna be soon. So there you go. Like we're gonna compete in every sport, and hockey too.
On Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
All right, thank you, Rick, again.
Thanks once again, Mario. Appreciate you. And that was a surprise visit. Saved the day, saved my day, saved your day of sports in Wisconsin, specifically sports in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and how the Green Bay Packers are doing. We love them here in Milwaukee. All Wisconsinites love the Green Bay Packers. No matter rather slip of the tongue, actually. Regardless of how badly they may be doing for certain unfortunate factors, too much to get into. I think Mario got into them all very satisfactorily indeed. And the great Milwaukee Bucks and our Marquette Golden Eagles, and even a tad touch of the Wisconsin Badgers. And again, as promised, a venerable, no, they won't be venerable because they're brand new, a soccer team, professional soccer team to hit Milwaukee, coming your way and our way, my way, Mario's way, all of Milwaukee's way soon. Why I think this is important, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching potentially worldwide here on YouTube. I think this is, and Facebook as well, actually. I think this is important because Wisconsin really is a tremendously fantastic sports state. We have professional leagues in virtually all sports, but for soccer. And we love our sports teams to pieces. We support them to pieces with all of our hearts, all of our souls, all of our thoughts, all of our prayers, even though they may be doing badly, like the Green Bay Packers. We root for them and are for them, well, just the same. At any rate, this brings an end to this edition of Live from the one and only Venerable. Whatever Venerable actually means. No, we know what it means. Seriously, the Venerable Rochambo Coffee and Tea House in the great city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in the wonderful country of the United States of America, indeed. I bid you all adieu, farewell, and also bye for now.